this Excel tutorial point, we are going to look at how to create a simple school register for our students. So using Excel as our tool, Microsoft Excel. So we shall start. Click the start button, go to all programs, select Microsoft Office, and then select Microsoft Office Excel. Like we said, Excel will start as a workbook and it will have at least three worksheets. So I'm selecting the first worksheet, and this is where I'm going to be working from. So my school, I'm selecting my school as Medusa, Medusa Academy, Medusa Academy. So I'm simply entering. You just point your cursor where you would wish to type and simply push the buttons of the keyboard. After that, press enter on your keyboard. To enter data on your keyboard or through the keyboard into Excel, you just point your cursor somewhere and start pushing buttons on your keyboard. That's when you get the data entered into your system. Alright, after doing that, we're going to start entering data about the student. We shall need to pick the student's number. Okay, students data. So realize that whenever I push buttons and they exceed the boundary of the first row or first cell, my data is pushed to the, but it does not cut across. It remains in the same cell. So data and then students data, when we shall have the student number, ST number, that's the student number. To make the cursor move to the right, I push the tab key on your keyboard. The tab key is located above the caps lock. That's where it's located, and then we shall have the first name, then tab key to make it move to the right, the last name, tab key, move to the right. We have the class, tab key, we have the location where the student comes from, tab key, we have the age. Okay, right, the date of birth, Okay, let's just take the age for now. Then I am interested now in formatting my layout. How do we format? Just like in Microsoft Word, you format it the same way. We have the home page, home tab, and that's where we see the formatting functions. Click and hold to select the items that you want to format, and then move to the right to highlight whatever you want to format. Then after, you can make them bold, you can make them be underlined, you can make them have, okay, let's remove the underlining, and then we see the border, that border below. We use the border, these are the borders, the border below, let's make it double bordered. Okay, see how it looks like, and then highlight again. I'm going to make the text to be blue, So I go to the text font color and select blue. Then I want the font from 11 shift to font 20. Okay, let's make it slightly 18. And then okay, we have the alignments here. We want our text to be aligned center, vertically, horizontally center, and vertically center. All right. Okay, so let's now see how to arrange. We'll see these column headers. These are called column headers, are labeled as A, B, C, D. Okay, so to space them, they are characters that you don't see clearly. To space them up, move the cursor in between them. Click and hold, left click, and move the cursor to the right so that you see the entry clearly. Do it for the rest of the items that you've entered. However, sometimes you might not waste a lot of time shifting. What you do, you move the cursor in between them just like you did and simply double click 1, 2. Move 1, 2, and the columns will adjust themselves. They adjust themselves to the longest word that you typed. Let's look at this. Now we want to format. Let's put a background. Not put a background. Let's put a background. Always, whenever you're working with text, make sure that the foreground or the text color is contrasting with the background color. So if I select the background color, the fill color that appears like a bucket, fill color, and select the same color that I selected, the text kind of disappears. What you do, change the font color to white so that you can be able to see the colors, the words that you've typed clearly. Otherwise, when you select them and you leave them to black, still you will not see them clearly. So it's better you contrast the color selection to white. Alright, let's now enter sample data. Student number 001. Now take note of this. 001. Once I move my cursor to the next, the zeros are going to disappear. Why? 0 is not considered to be practically a number, but if you want the 0 to be there, if it is a number, yes, it can be a number, but you cannot add 0 plus 1, then it remains 1. If you want a number 0 to be there, as long as it starts and it has some subsequent characters or numbers, if you want it to be there, you need to always start with a single quotation, just one, and then type the 001 and then enter. So you realize that now it has put 001 but has put a green corner. That means I can never use this as a numerical value. It is now alphanumerical, means it combines a character and a number. You cannot add 001 this cell onto some other thing and gives you some answer. No, it will give you an error because it has some character. That's it. Alright, so student number 001, that student is called Immaculate. Tab, Immaculate Joy. Class Senior 1, S1, location Kampala. Age is only 10 years old. So I'm going to make my cursor shift to the next row below. So I press enter so that it shifts to the next one. Okay, so quotation 001, 002, and then that person is called John Juma. S2, and he's coming from Entebbe. Moving my cursor, you can actually use the arrows on your keyboard. Let me activate this, and so that you can be able to see what I'm pressing on my keyboard. So let me just put the keyboard on screen keyboard so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, that is the on-screen keyboard, so you can be able to follow what I'm going to do. So I can be able to move my cursor like that, left, right. If you want to go to the next record, down, click enter. If you want to move to the right, click the tab key. I'm moving up, and I want to edit this Kampala. I'm missing an A there, so I'm pressing A. Kampala is now complete, and I'm pressing enter so that it matches. So I'm pressing the tab key, that key, okay, tab key, and I'm pressing number 10 too. Then I press enter. Okay, so I'm pressing the quotation again, then 003. Okay, John Garang, John Omding, and then I don't know whether that's the right spelling. Tab is in senior 3, and there we see this one is coming from Ginger, and is only 11 years. So let me just get this off for now, and then we have 004. Okay, I needed the zeros to be there, so I'm starting with the quotation and 00. Enter. Okay, then we have Mary Rich, and then this one is in senior 4. It's coming from Barrera, and is only 12 years old. So this is the way we enter data into our Excel spreadsheet. One more thing, I would love to make this, because it's the name of a company, I would love to make it bold and stand out. So I'm making it, can make it like that, give it nice colors. Okay, Medusa Academy. Then we need to center it. I want it to be centered, and we want to look at spanning. So just click that and up to the end. Select, click, hold, and move your cursor, move your mouse to the right up to that point. Then up there, we just need to make merge and center. What merges does, it makes the cursor, the boundaries disappear, and then makes the text in the center, just like that. Okay, so resizing the row. All right. So, and I'm making this little red, background red, and the text white. All right. Then I'm putting a boundary to my data. Select that, and then in the border section, select borders, and then outside border, so that it is enclosed. Let's see what we have so far. File, okay, so print. I don't simply click print, I select print preview. So this is the way the text will appear. Realize that now, funny enough, I don't see the edge. Edge is not there. but if I click next page, edge is there. That is funny. So what do we do with that? What we do, we can either resize so that it is enclosed. It is enclosed within. It is always a good practice to keep previewing first before you print out your final layout of the page. So print preview, print, and then select preview. So now I have what I needed to see. This is what I expected to see, plus my edge on. Thanks for being part of this. You can subscribe to my channel, click the subscription, and then click the notification. In case I add videos, you can get them instant without hassle. Thank you so much.